give me a shout out. Shout out to Horatio Cruz. Elijah Couch. I love the gun wall. Appreciate it. What's your favorite gun? My Glock 22. One kill shot. What's your favorite gun? My Glock 22. Janice. I'm from Mexico. Hey, shout out to Mexico. Below average Utah Dad. What's up with it, my bro? Everybody, we got 82 people in the chat. At least it says that from my screen. Everybody, double tap that screen. Go subscribe to my bro, Below Average Utah Dad. How you doing today, bro? Appreciate you stopping in. We got our well patch in today from our bro Ammo Alchemist. Let's go. Hopefully everybody got their patch in today as well. Where'd you get your pistol decoy with the lights?
Hey, Big, what's going on, buddy?
For, Christmas.
Hold on, let me silence my. I'm watching Carson. Let me put Carson on. All right, I'm doing well, buddy. Doing well. I'm hoping that that tonight's stream goes as well as earlier today did. Today was really good. We did really well. Gonna try to position this in a way that we can get the guns and everything. I need to eat my dinner. So that right there. Alrighty. Yeah, I took the shotgun to the range. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing that. So, it's the first time I've taken that Mossberg to the range, so that was amazing. It performed so much better than I thought that it even would. Keegan, what's going on, man? Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Just set the goal. Riff Raff. I don't have an SKS. I do have an AK-47. I will try and make an all ARs video. Mark 47 and EOTech, best decision made. I love it, Young Games. Riff Raff. Badge. Yeah, I've got all my my military coins here. My military coins. What's up, sponsor? I know we're all online right now. J-Dog's on, I'm on, Carson's on, everybody's on. Thanks, James. So, James Campbell. I know a James Campbell down in Arizona. I'm guessing you're not him, because you probably would have said my name. K26. Dude. Everybody go check out Cade26. He's trying to get to... Where is my soda? My soda is missing. Cade26 trying to get to 50. So let's check him out. He's trying to make things happen. Let's support our small creators. I'm a small creator. Dundee, Scotland. Young Games, I am a technical sergeant. I'm just a regular old little worker bee. I'm not even that important. I'm just a regular guy. So I'm going to eat my, don't mind me while I eat my little lettuce sandwich taco. So. Cool. E6. I'm an E6. So, Owen. Hey, friends. Sorry, everybody, if you're grossed out by my eating. I haven't had dinner yet. Post a video. We took the Mossberg to the range, and it was awesome. So we're going to talk all about the Mossberg and shotguns at the range. James, it depends. That's true. Don't grind the subs too hard; they'll get chapped. James, that depends on what you mean. So I've got a couple of really nice shotguns. I've got a really long range AR. I've got an AK-47. Jot Singh, Indian Army. How's it going, buddy? Hey, Coors or Yun, would one of you guys mind giving me, or anybody that's in here, Raylan, hey, what's going on? Anarchy, yes, I'm in. Let's do it. Can somebody, who wants to be the banner person today? First person to write, like, subscribe, and share. Gets to be the banner. Thank you, Leox. I appreciate it. So, thank you, Tactical Meat. You win. Tactical Meat gets it, guys. He was the first one to get it. All right, so let's talk about some things. I put out a short, and I talked about shotguns. I want to make sure I'm very clear. I like shotguns, and I think shotguns are great home defense tools. I just caution, I always try to make sure that people set the correct expectation when it comes to shotguns, because they can become, people have this idea that they're like the absolute perfect home defense tool, and they can be, but they can also not be. And for those of you that don't know what I mean, will hey, can you go out to the car and bring me my soda and lock the doors to the truck? I forgot it. Thanks. Love you. Okay. So I was talking to my son. Okay, so here's the deal. If you didn't see my video, I did a video of, I took the Winchester 120 and I took the Mossberg. Dude, both amazing shotguns. Okay, guys? Like, if all you have at your house for defense is a shotgun, I'm not going to tell you need to go buy another gun. I'm not going to do that. That's not my style. Yes, Big, a handgun is a very good self-defense tool. I do not have any super safeties. If you have a spare one and want to send it my way, I won't be opposed to it. Correct. Dusty brings up a great point. So, also, when you guys are commenting, please feel free to throw comments. Ask the mods, ask the people that are also commenting, because they're very knowledgeable. We got some really great people in here. Dusty, you've been coming to these enough. I'm going to go ahead and make you a mod. Do not abuse your Super Jesus powers. If Yun is still in here, I'll make Yun games. So, okay. None of these are a foul. Ammo, what's going on, buddy? Okay, so, real quick. If everybody, as you're coming in, we have 75 people watching. As you're coming in, please consider double tapping the screen if you're watching on a phone, hitting the like button if you're on a computer. I'm watching from both, so if you would do that, it helps the stream. It helps all of my buddies who are also streaming, and we're all small content creators. It helps us grow by liking, because it shares it in the algorithm. So that's a huge deal. When you hear us asking for likes, it's not because we're like, oh man, please just like my stream. It's not that we're desperate. It's that it literally helps the channel grow. Name a car for an edit. Let's do a 69 Mercury Cougar XR7. Tactical Meat. As you keep coming, we'll make it happen. Okay. I know Dusty's been on here a while. He's been coming. He's been very vocal and interactive. So that's what I look for. Not that you haven't, but he's been really good. So it's just how I do things. So anyways, if you guys can hit like, that super helps the channel. It helps other YouTube gun guys like me and Second Amendment guys, and it helps us buck YouTube trying to shut down the Second Amendment. None of you want that. We don't want that. So let's help the Second Amendment live on and be successful and like the streams. Anytime you see somebody with guns, if you're a gun person, like a stream. Anyways, going back. So, shotguns. We took the Winchester 120. We took the Mossberg. For those of you that didn't see, I posted a video. I did a short. And I'm also posting the full range video. So you guys can see everything. You can see all the performance. You can also see us shooting the handguns. Thank you, Truck Edits. Jean. Are scopes harder for left-handed people? No, they shouldn't be, Jean. They shouldn't be. So, Indio, I own an SKB, a Winchester 120, and a Mossberg 930. I can definitively say that the Mossberg is my favorite now that I've shot it. So, the whole point is that people, Charles Daly is a great, like, kind of knockoff Benelli, knockoff Mossberg 930. They have one that is fully, it doesn't have a gas system. It's all kinetic, so it's like a Benelli M2. It's not quite like a Benelli M4 or like the 930. But yeah, that's a great shotgun. Yes, Tommy, you should, because nobody will survive that. Yeah, Mossbergs are awesome, you guys. Yes, the Winchester does have a choke in it. The Mossberg does not. So the big thing that I try to emphasize, but the Winchester also has like a 10-inch longer barrel. It's like a 28-inch barrel. So that makes a huge difference when you're using a shotgun in the home. One, a 28-inch gun with an almost, I mean, if I'm saying from buttstock to trigger, I'm easily a foot. And then I've got a 28-inch barrel. So I've got almost 40 inches, not even including this 8 to 10 inches here for the chamber and the action. So you've got 40, 50 inches of gun with this hunting rifle. When you go to the Mossberg, you have a little bit smaller action space. You got about the same amount in stock. So let's just call it a foot. Let's call it a solid 8 inches for the action, and then I've got an 18.5-inch barrel. So we're about 10 inches less. We're about 40 inches. That's a really long tool. But with the shorter barrel, what ends up happening is you have a lot more spread. So when you are, thank you, Cody, and thank you for helping. Everybody, please give Cody a round of applause. He goes on, he comments on every single short and every single video I have. He shares them. He's a really great guy, and I really appreciate his help. He's really helped the channel grow by doing that. Truck Edits, your shotgun is a Benelli. What kind of Benelli is it? I'm not super familiar with Benellis. I only just got my Mossberg last week, so I'm learning about gas system Benellis. If it's a pump action Benelli, it might be a little bit different, but so the big thing is that when you're using shot, like when you're using a slug, the rules are basically the same as if you're using a handgun or a rifle. Like, your round should essentially go wherever your sights are pointed. When you're using shot, then you have to worry about spread. If it's bird shot, which I don't recommend for home defense, and those targets from my video are about 20 feet out. The Kid Gang would like a shout out. I'm going to give the Kid Gang, the Kid Gang is getting a shout out, everybody. Go check him out. Jean. Because a lot of things are made for right-handed people. No, you're good, John. That's a great question. Black Eagle. All right. Is a shotgun in the wartime good to have? It can be. Maybe if you're doing a lot of trench warfare or close combat, it could be. If you get your birdshot, so you can do that, Al Rios. You can. You can also do wax slugs. Thank you, Cookie VR. I appreciate that. Thank you, Lutuzwa. Thank you, Truck Edits. You are joking, thank you. So you get spread. You can go with slugs, but then you start to have the concern. Thank Al Rios. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone for subscribing, and thank you everybody who's hitting like. Shoot. Everyone who's hitting like, it helps the channel. It helps the other YouTube gun guys. Helps Second Amendment. The Second Amendment continue to thrive and grow on YouTube. Buckshot can be really good for home defense, Hunter. Are those all AR-556s? No, SP made. They're different rounds. I have 6.5 Creedmoor, 223 Wild, and 9mm. So, 22 Magnum is good. So the thing to remember, even if you go with buckshot, so I wouldn't go any smaller. I wouldn't go any smaller than like number 4 buckshot. And when you have something like double-aught buckshot, so people are mentioning buckshot a lot. So again, that gives you about 8 pellets. All right. And then there's special like buckshot defense rounds that have like discs and like 5 pellets, and then like a really small smug. There's all kinds of different defense rounds for shotgun. They're amazing. The big thing that I tell everybody is you need to go practice. You have to practice when you have a shotgun, because with pellets, with BBs, with buckshot, with defense rounds, you don't control where they go outside of the general direction. And so you really have to learn kind of the behaviors of your shotgun, because shotguns do have, like, as they bounce around inside the barrel, it affects things a little bit. It does affect the way that your shot placement goes. It does affect where the BBs go. I'll have to check out Federal Flight Control, Indio. Thank you for mentioning that. Indio is recommending, if you use a shotgun, to check out Federal Flight Control. So, what is my recommendation on brand? Colt, I don't have a huge brand recommendation. I'm much more because I'm a Second Amendment absolutist, that's kind of a self-described type of individual, I like people to have firearms. I want people to learn about firearms. Black Flag Arsenal, what's going on? Appalachian 2A, what's going on? So what I tell people is, if you just want to get into this community, if you want to learn about guns, you want to start getting into guns, you want to learn about guns, you want to start getting better. On ammo. I'm still learning shotgun ammo, defensive shotgun ammo. My experience with shotgun ammo has been like just kind of the general double-aught buck, number 6 buck, number 4 buck, and then birdshot and wax slugs. So, thank you, Owen. I appreciate you always stopping in. Ty Loud. I haven't shot a Mossberg Shockwave. I know that it's like, it's not a pistol. It's one of those like any other weapons type of situations. I know that they're pretty cool, but I've never shot one, so I don't really have a lot of I don't have a lot of skin in that game. Chief can talk about them though. Steve, I think that's a really good idea. Having two-way radios is a good idea. HP rifle slugs for a good price these days. Okay, thank you, Indio. I appreciate that. That's great information, everybody, that Indio is putting out about shotguns. Because I know that there's a lot of people that live in states where a shotgun might be the best defensive tool that you can get, because you can't get an AR, you can't get a ranch rifle, you can't get certain types of handguns. So shotguns might be the best that you can do, and a pump shotgun might be even the best that you can do. You might not even have the option of doing a semi-automatic shotgun. So thank you, Indio, for throwing that out there. It's just turned 11. I have trouble aiming with rifles. Cookie VR, do you have iron sights or a scope? Thank you, Appalachian. I just got a Mossberg last week. I got a 930, and I took it to the range for the first time tonight. Breacher kit. I like it, Chief. Yeah, tactical meat. A 19 or a 19X is a great handgun. So big, it depends on what the laws in your state are. If the laws don't prevent you from owning certain types of rifles, you can decide on a caliber and go for that. I like it, W. Murphy. I like it. Secret Hacker, what's going on? Yeah, so for CQB, I would say that it can be very, very useful, Chuck. It can be. My biggest thing that I tell everybody is that you just have to practice. You just have to practice. So, Cookie VR, probably the first thing you'd want to check is to make sure that your scope is sighted in properly. The easiest way to sight in your scope, if it's a 273 bolt action, is to pull the bolt out and to do a bore sight. You can do that. Sometimes you can do it with like a laser bore sight, or the easiest way to do it, and the way that I grew up doing it, is to just look down your barrel, get a target, something that's really easy to see. Look down the barrel, and it's even better if it can line up exactly with the hole in your barrel, and then line up your scope with that. Make sure your scope lines up dead center with whatever your target is, and try to get your bore for your barrel, try to get that lined up exactly as your target on the end, so that your scope target and your barrel target, where your barrel is pointed, are the same thing. And start off close enough that like whatever you have in the at the end, like your barrel, that you can see it sufficiently. Oh, gotcha. So Chuck, that's what I tell people. The same risk exists with slugs. It exists with regular buckshot. It even exists, that risk exists with even up to number 6 buckshot. There've been a lot of guys who have shown that like even up to number 4, you can get over penetration through a couple layers of sheetrock. So, Steve, they're from Dagger Defense, daggerdefense.com. You can get you can get optics like that. They're made in China, but they're an American-owned company. They have higher quality control. So mine have worked out really well, and they've always been solid since I've owned them. Hi. I thought you were asleep. Did I wake you up?
I was trying to fall asleep, but then I woke myself up
Oh.
because I was like, oh, I haven't brushed my teeth yet.
Good call. And you should sleep with your retainer on.
Huh?
Retainer on.
Yeah.
Got it, Chuck. But yeah. So I try to make sure, man, we lost a lot of people. We had like 75 people and they all ran away. Yeah, so I try to make sure that people know I like shotguns. I love my shotguns. Just make sure that you're putting in the range time. I would say the same thing about any weapon that you're going to use for home defense. Yeah, 22 long rifle can go through a couple layers of sheetrock. Difference is that 22 long rifle doesn't create a great wound cavity when used for home defense beyond like maybe 6 feet. So, BH, I have one. I love my Norinco. Motivate, don't hate. Go for it. Question. Hopping Gnome. So they're from Dagger Defense, bud. What would I recommend in California? Well, one, you have to obey the law in California. I would maybe consider either a low-cost shotgun or maybe a law enforcement trade-in Glock. It depends on what kind of experience you have. Yeah, Chuck, so this was kind of like, this Norinco was not a Mac 90, but also not an NHM. It was kind of a cross between the two. It had parts and markings from the import company in ATF. for both. So I just did my best to restore it to as close to being a Type 56 as I can. I really like my AK. Actually, no, I bought I bought it for Christmas, so it was a little pricey, but I got a very good deal on it because it was pretty beat up. Yeah, India, I agree. That's why I tell people, like, no smaller than number 4. But I typically don't recommend buck. So whatever, number 4, in between number 4 at the smallest and probably no bigger than what's triple buck. Yes, I do, Chief. So yeah, so you could go with a pump action AR-15. You could go with pump action shotgun. Soldier, what's going on, buddy? I really like my Norinco. I've had people say that Zastava is better. I don't necessarily agree to that. Most of the research I've done says that Norincos tend to be a little bit better quality, especially in the way that they build the barrel and the trigger. My trigger is solid. JPEG Egg. I actually don't own either. I don't own either a 1911 or a 2011. I'm not a huge fan of 2011s. I like 1911s for the nostalgia. I think they're cool guns. My issue with 2011s is that they're kind of all purpose built for like, for competition. And I know some people carry them. It's just not my, it's just not my kind of, not my thing. I might shoot one and change my mind. I've held a couple and they feel really good and they might shoot really well. But I don't know because I haven't shot one yet. I've shot 1911s and I like 1911s. No, Soldier, there's just a lot of conversations going on, and so I'm trying to answer questions. I'm seeing the chat, so when it gets busy, I try to do my best. Yeah. So would I own an AA-12 if you had? Oh, 100% I would own an AA-12. AA-12s are amazing. It's like a little mini bazooka. That's what I struggle with. Is I've seen a lot of 2011s. They seem to be more fragile and they seem to be more prone to NDs and ADs when dropped. Not that you should be dropping your pistol, but it happens. Steve, I've never shot 12 gauge Dragon Breath. A couple of the people in the chat recommended Dragon Breath. I kind of like triple aught buck or like number 1 shot. And I like wax slugs because you don't get as much penetration. Steve, dream gun, full auto P90. If it's a dream gun that I'll actually ever own, it's probably the Luago Alien. Riley, I do sometimes shoot trap and skeet up in Idaho during what my family does it every year for family reunions. Soldier, dude, what do you need? What do you want, Soldier? Okay, I'm giving you a minute of undivided attention. Someone just said they're gay. Okay, people can be gay. If you're going to be in the military one day, which you've talked about, like, you're probably going to be a little bit gay. You're going to cuddle with dudes at some point. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Okay? So Soldier's one of my younger viewers, guys. So I don't kick younger viewers out because I know that there are a lot of younger people that the only exposure they have to firearms is movies, video games, and whatever the news talks about. So I like it when younger people come here because then maybe we can have like more serious conversations and they can see. But yeah. It's okay. Whether you are or are not gay, I don't care. Be gay. Whoever wants to be gay. I'm a little bit gay. I have cuddled with dudes on deployments. It's not that big a deal. It's cold. You're lonely. It happens. It happens. It's not a big deal. Yeah. Okay, and I'm going to be eating my dinner at the same time, guys. I don't hunt as much as I used to, amen. Yeah. Yeah, Indio's got it. As long as you don't hold eye contact or use tongue for more than 2 seconds, you're fine. It's not gay. If you're trying to watch your calories, no bread sandwich is not a war crime. Also true, Tactical Meat. If you don't act a little bit gay, you're probably super gay. What is a good car? One that doesn't crash or explode? Here's the best part, soldier. So this is the way it works in a stream with adults, with learning about things. If you don't know what to say, it's okay to just be quiet. You don't have to say anything. Yeah. The sap. That is, wow. That's cool. Right. Socks. No like full on eye contact. No more than 2 seconds of tongue. Yeah. I'm out of water, and my son didn't answer me to bring me my soda, and that makes me sad. Riley, I've heard good things about Liberty Safe, Cabela's. This whole room is my safe. It's literally, it's got like multiple deadbolts. It's a fire door. John, what's my favorite game to hunt? Oh, like there's a part of me that wants to say moose because moose tastes really good, but they're actually a pain in the dick to hunt. They're wily and they're hard to find. Caribou is pretty easy and it doesn't taste bad, so let's say caribou. There's cheese. Look, there's cheese and turkey, and I have stuff, guys. I'm not a vegan. I'm just not putting it on bread. Good night, sponsor. Later, bud. Toyota Hilux. Toyota Hilux is a good car. If you want a car that will never die and has helped with regime changes and all kinds of and has caused all kinds of issues for Western civilization in the Middle East, go with a Toyota Hilux. It's a portable. It's a wireless salad. It's a wireless salad, guys. I didn't know that Johnny Q did that. I've ordered some parts to build my gun wall. I'm not going to do that shit. I'm just going to lock the door. I don't have a motorcycle. True, Appalachian. True. I'm sorry, soldier, that your life kind of sucks. That it happens. Everyone goes through. Yeah, I'm getting LEDs. I'm getting LEDs. Honest opinion, 1941 finish, Mosin and Gaunt, purpose as a sniper rifle, arcing to stop. I was right. Kami Thumb. While that sounds like an absolute travesty of a build because you've taken a finished Mosin Nagant and put it on one of those Archangel stocks, I'm sure that it shoots like a dream. The finished Mosin Nagant is a really reliable action, and they actually did a really good job of redoing the barrels and everything, so it probably shoots really well. And you're getting pretty close to 30-06 ballistics, so go for it, dude. I get it, soldier. We've talked about things on the stream before and how we go through struggles. The most important thing is to who do you think you are? When somebody breaks into my house, what music starts playing? When somebody breaks into my house and music starts playing, it's probably For Whom the Bell Tolls. I think I've set up all my Amazon Alexas. Like if my, I can't remember what I set it to. I set it with my I have like the Google Home thing, so it does like the home security, and I think I've got it set up so that if somebody breaks in through a window or whatever, all the speakers start playing For Whom the Bell Tolls. So. Soldier, I remember you were in one of my streams, you were talking about how you want to be in the military. Part of being in the military is resiliency, but so, soldier, it's good to talk to people, especially people that are close to you. About your struggles. We want you to feel cared for, and we want you to persevere when things are hard. When things are hard, but you have to value yourself, man. You also have to decide that you're worth the struggle. You have to make that decision. That's the thing that gets almost anyone that I've ever known that has struggled mentally and who's struggled emotionally, and has lost that battle when we've found like letters and journals and things like that or posts. The thing that they struggled with most was valuing themselves. And until you make the conscious decision to value yourself and not let others dictate your value, because like we in here, we can tell you you're amazing, you're great, you're awesome, and that's really great. It feels validating. But then when you leave us, if you don't have that same self-worth, okay, as soon as somebody starts saying something opposite of that, because you rely on others to determine yourself, your value and your worth, that's when it starts to break you down. So, we believe in you, soldier. We know that you can overcome hard things. We know that life isn't always easy. We all go through struggles. But you also have to make the decision. You also have to consciously make the decision to know that your self-worth is determined by you and no one else. Yeah. So, soldier, if those are the rules of the house, then those are the rules of the house, bud. It's okay, Dusty. I would say anytime you can get a good deal on a Glock or a good revolver, do it. Dick Cheese. A Glock, a used Glock, or a good revolver, you should definitely do it, especially if they're well priced. Awesome, Dick Cheese. Yeah, if they've got a used Glock or something, and if you find me on one of my other socials, you can reach out to me if you find something, and send me a message. I believe Soldier has BB guns and pellet guns, if I remember from the other night. So Soldier, what yeah. I do have Discord. I think you can search in Discord, but it's just Below Average Utah Dad is the channel. Hold on. Try that, guys. This set, I know lots of people that's the rule. So yeah. So soldier, it's kind of like we've all been saying, man. Like, things are not always going to be easy, especially when you're young. Yeah, Sad, I'm going to give you the boot, bud. I'm going to give you the boot. Okay, we're trying to help somebody. And I get that you're trying to do it in your own way, but I need you to stop for a second, Sat. Soldier, okay, I need you to listen to me for a second, okay? It took me to, okay, hold on. So, Soldier, here's the thing. It sucks being a teenager. All right? Things are not always easy, and things are not always going to go the way that you want. And I get that. I have two teenagers right now. I have a 17-year-old and a 16-year-old, and I have another daughter who's going to be a teenager soon. So, the thing that we can recommend, remember, we're recommending all kinds of things, but in the end, you're the one that's in control of this. All right? You're the one that's in control of whether or not you choose to listen, to apply it, and it's hard. It's really hard to do things, but there's two ways to look at life. Right now, your life is already hard. All right? You already feel pressure, you have stress, you have things that you don't like, all right? There's all of those things that are going on that you don't enjoy. So there's two ways to look at it. You can keep everything the same, and you can let everything around you, the people here in the chat that are trying to be supportive, your parents, you can let those people dictate who you are and what you're worth. All right? Or, and then the same is also true for people that don't like you. They're going to tell you what you're worth, and then you're gonna just go with it. Or you can do the things that are harder, because it already sucks. So it's gonna suck to do things that are hard, but it already sucks. So you can do the things that are hard and it'll suck, but you can become a better person, and you can grow, and you can find your self-worth. Or you can continue to do the stuff that already sucks and just kind of get pushed around and pulled around emotionally and mentally and physically in all the different ways that the world, it feels like, is pulling you. But if you start making the decisions and deciding what you're worth and growing into the person you want to be, if you make that decision, it's going to be a little bit harder, but it's going to mean that you're in control as opposed to relying on everyone else. So that's all the things that everybody's saying. Like, that's all to build you up. That's all to help in any way that we can. But you also, like, in the end, you have to do your part. And you have to do the part where you're deciding, I'm going to be the better person. I'm going to grow into this goal of who I want to be, and I'm going to do everything that I can to make that happen. When your parents or family members or whatever, when your loved ones, if they have rules that you need to follow, then that are part of living in the house, you can't use your BB guns, you can't use your pellet guns or anything like that. Okay? You have to respect, my parents care about me. They're not doing it because they hate me. They're doing it because they care about me and they want me to be safe. So because I love and respect them and I want them to love and respect me, I'm going to obey what they're saying. No, my last name is not Paruk. I'm sorry, what did I miss? What did I miss with Dusty? What did I miss there? Yeah. So that's all I have to say. I know that's soppy, but I've done a lot of stuff with the military and with youth and teens to help them grow and to learn and to gain self-worth. And I promise you, once you make that conscious decision to set what your value is internally, and then set the goal of who you want to be and strive every day to be that person, that's when the biggest you're going to notice the biggest changes in yourself and how you feel every day. Every day, I promise you that's true. So, soldier, the statement, I'm going to jump off the bridge because of high school, again, that's kind of like the opposite of what I was talking about. That's, you're letting everything else control you. Like, you're letting high school dictate what you're going to do. Why do that? Why let high school dictate what you're going to do? So, yeah. So the fastest way to get through high school is to just go through high school. If you're going to be in the military, that's what they tell you. The first day in the military, they're going to yell at you and they're going to call you names. They're going to do all kinds of things. They're going to do all kinds of things. But what they're going to tell you is the fastest way to get out of basic training is to just listen and make it through basic training. Yeah, school's hard, bud. School is hard. Yeah. School's really hard. And sometimes you have to ask for help. And that's where that self-worth, like, are you too proud to ask for help, or are you willing to ask for help? Are you worried what other kids are going to think of you if you ask for help, or are you going to say, you know what, I know that I need help and it doesn't matter what other kids think of me? It sucks. Like, we're all acknowledging that it sucks, but it's definitely part of growing up. That's part of what helps us, all of the adults that are here that are encouraging you, even the older teenagers that are in here, all of us that are encouraging you and telling you these things. The reason we're telling you this is because we've been where you are. We've been through it. And the important thing is to just not give up. It's to keep fighting and valuing yourself. Yeah. Yeah, and soldier, there's not really a good answer for that. I know that in most cases, my experience is that the bullies of the world are usually being bullied themselves by someone else. And so when you're getting picked on by somebody, it's probably because he's getting picked on as well. Yeah. I get it, bud. I get it. But soldier, what do you want to do when you grow up? All right? What do you want to do when you grow up? What's up, IDK? I like it, Bensler. Okay, soldier, what do you want to be when you grow up? Soldier, I want you to answer my question. What do you want to be, bud, when you grow up? You're 14. You've got at least 4 years before you're a legal adult, and another 14 before your brain stops maturing. So, what do you want to be when you grow up? What does your uncle do? What's his job? What does he do? Okay, so you want to be in the military. Pop out, rock out bars. Hey, bud, what's going on? Okay, he's in the Navy. Do you want to be in the Navy too? Navy's good. Okay? So what do you want to do in the military? I got you, Riley. In the Army. You want to be in the Army, right? That's what I'm thinking it's Army. Okay. So you want to be in the Army. All right. So I know a little bit about the Army. All right. All the branches shoot guns, but yeah. You want to be in the infantry. Awesome. So here's the thing, soldier. I've been on lots of deployments with the Army. All right. I have a brother-in-law who teaches at West Point. That's the Army's college, if you're not aware. That's where the officers go. No, Mad Mike, it's not. Okay, so you want to be in the M1A2 Abrams. So you want to be armed cavalry. You want to be armored cavalry, right? Not air cav, you want to be armored cav. You want to be a tanker. So, I also have a cousin. On my wife's side of the family, we have a cousin, and he's a colonel in the Army. All right, and he was just the commander over the Scorpions in California. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but it doesn't really matter. And he and everyone that I know that's in the Army, all right, the thing that the Army looks for, more than anything else, all right, is perseverance. All right? The military is going to work so hard to make you want to give up. And they do that on purpose. Especially when you're in basic training, when you're going through your drills, when you're going through when you're doing like exercises and you're practicing out in the field, they're doing everything they can to make you feel like you're losing. All right? The Air Force does it, the Marines does it, the Navy does it. We do that on purpose. Did you know that? Did you know that in the military, like when we do exercise them, when we do war games or whatever, we practice fighting, we practice going to war. Whenever we do that, did you know that we practice in a way that we try to make sure that we lose every single time? Did you know that the military does that in America, in the U.S.? Soldier? They want us to do it because they want us to be expected for the very worst. Like you know, you've heard me talk. I do cyber stuff. I work on computers. I do comm. I do operations. I do things like that. And even in that, like I'll get told, okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this for our training for the weekend. We have 4 F-35s, and we need to build them a mission, and we need to be able to burn it, give it to the pilots, and they need to be able to go to another base, and you have to be able to do it with one computer. And now that sounds really silly, but the thing is we normally have 8 or 9 computers to help us do this. And so everybody on my team can work on one part of building the mission, and we all consolidate it and build it. Well, now we've only got one computer to do it. And we almost always fail. We almost always fail. All right? But the reason that we do it that way is because one day we might have to do it that way. And so if we can learn to do it under the worst conditions, then in the real fight, if the best conditions exist, we can do even better. And so the same thing will apply. Hey, what's going on, sis?
The one episode finished
Okay.
and Mama's asleep.
Okay. Will you tell Ezra that I left my drink out in the car, and I would love it if he would go out and get it and bring it down to me?
Yeah.
Are you gonna keep watching shows in your room? Because you're not gonna sleep on the couch, or you're not gonna sleep in my bed,
I know I'm not gonna sleep in your bed, but
and
I
you're not
haven't,
gonna sleep on the couch.
I haven't been sleeping well in my bed.
Okay. Well, then go sleep in the guest bed. It's a really comfy bed. Okay. All right.
If
Just
I
make
can't
sure.
fall asleep in the guest bed.
Then you need to try to fall asleep in your bed. You can't keep sleeping on the couch. It's not good for your body.
Okay.
Okay. Please go ask Ezra to do that for me.
Okay.
All right. So, that's right, it is a big Pepsi cup and I left it. So that's what I mean, soldier, is even if you get into the Army, there are going to be times when they're going to be really hard on you. And that isn't to make you fail, it's to help you grow. Do you get what we're saying? So it sucks and it's hard. All right? And there might be things that you do fail at. But as long as you're doing the best that you can, as long as you're working the hardest that you're able to towards your goals and towards the things that you're asked, then no one can ask more from you. Yeah. Exactly, Chief. 100%. Also, I liked your comment up above about parking lots. That was good. That was really good. You get one of those. That's right. So life is going to be hard. And truth be told, it doesn't ever really get easier. But you get better at doing things. And so it feels easier. Just like shooting, you have to practice shooting when you can and when you're able to get better at it. So you've got this. It's okay, we won't hold that against you, man. We won't tell you that you're bad for not getting on. No one's going to be angry at you.
Dad,
Yeah.
Ezra wanted me to tell you that he's gonna go do that, but he's gonna request for an app. I forgot what
Okay.
app, but he wants you to approve it for only like an hour.
Okay. Can you go get my phone out of my bedroom? It's plugged in. Thank you. All right. He's jamming on his live stream. Is he doing really well? Is it going really well for him? Oh. Got it. All righty. So, I will do the racking
I'm
tonight.
trying to figure out how do I make a Metroid thumbnail without blinding my eyes.
The set, pretty much. I usually do. Alrighty. So, soldier. That's okay. That's okay. It's okay to feel that way. There's nothing wrong with feeling that way. It's okay to feel that way. That's right. Go open these nuts. Oh, you walked into that one. I'm stunned. That's actually really cool, Tactical Meat. As long as you're not giving up, soldier, then you're doing it. Thank you.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Are you tired enough that you're gonna try to go to bed?
Yeah.
All right, I've got like 3 Discord messages. Hold on, somebody's. All right, I love you. I hope you sleep well.
And
have a good day tomorrow.
Sleep well. Have a good day tomorrow.
I'm glad you had fun with your friends today. Okay. Yes. 2 hours. Alrighty. Hey, you're welcome, dude. Oh, did you see my message that the logo is is a vinyl that you can peel off and iron onto a shirt. I'm checking. I'm just seeing some of the stuff like Dick Cheese and these guys are posting in the thing. Ruger AR-556. Invited to a raid yesterday. Who's Ruger AR-556? I invited somebody to a remote raid pass in Pokemon Go, but they ran out of... I have 2 daughters, Sat. Oh, cool. Thank you, Average. Yeah, so just make sure, so you pull off the crap on the back and set that on the material, and then make sure that you use parchment paper. Let me see if I can upgrade it on my channel page. Hold on. Okay, I think I've almost got it for the Discord. Okay. Check the about info or the more info on the stream, and you guys should be able to get to the Discord if you want to join the Discord. Alrighty. Yep. Anybody that wants to join the Discord can join the Discord. Alrighty. Pull this up. Sorry, I've got a couple things going on I'm trying to take care of here. Okay. On we go. On we go. Dick Cheese. Yeah, the Discord. I updated the... Why does my stream... Do I look all pixelated to you guys in the stream? What is going on? Okay. I'm gonna end this stream, guys. Anybody that wants to join the Discord can join the Discord. It's for everybody. Okay, guys, I'm gonna end this stream and start a new one. Because I think something's happening with this phone. It is not liking the internet. So yeah, I feel like I'm live on a Nokia. It's an iPhone. Okay. We're going to try this again.